Hello everyone, you're watching Pairfect, the online show that takes you up close and personal with leading names in lifestyle. I'm Dinah Ventura.
And I'm Jojo Silvestre. Joining us today is one of the most influential names in the art circles. As an art aid affair founder, she, along with her co-founder, Lisa Periquet, have successfully brought art closer to more Filipinos, making it, as one magazine pointed out, more accessible and less intimidating for the average viewer. Welcome, Miss Trickie Colayco-Lopa.
Lopa.
Trickie Colayco-Lopa.
Just call me Tricky to
Okay,
make it easy
Trickie.
for
Hi,
everybody.
Trickie.
Yeah, hi, yeah.
Thank you for joining us on
Yeah.
Pairfect.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
So recently the art fair was concluded
Yeah.
and it was considered another huge success.
When was it? That was last year.
No,
Just recently.
You didn't go, obviously. Just 3 weeks ago.
three
Right,
weeks
yeah.
ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
It's always one after the other, right? So art fair
really?
first and then art in the park.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
When is the art in the park?
Art in the Park happens March 17th.
This
okay,
weekend,
okay,
this
This
Sunday.
weekend, yeah.
So you were talking about
The art
okay,
fair because
okay,
that
okay.
was just concluded and
Ah,
a
okay.
lot more people came, a
Wow.
lot more exhibitors were there. So that's why it was considered a huge success. So, but how do you
Yeah.
gauge the success of the art fairs that you
Um,
put up?
How do I gauge it? Well, we maintain our numbers. Number one, visitor numbers. We, the galleries have indicated to us that they've successfully achieved their sales targets for the
Wow.
weekend. Personally, it's a big kind of like relief to me, and I think also to my co-founders when the exhibits we plan are pulled off successfully, have been mounted successfully. They've touched a chord in our audiences, and people tell us that they like the whole experience of going to the art fair. So yes,
How many galleries joined you?
the art fair.
Yeah.
This past
Well,
one.
we have closed with 55
Wow.
exhibitors. Yeah.
From all over the country?
Most, well, it's a whole selection of Filipino and international galleries that have joined us, right?
Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
So how different has it become now from the time you started 10 years ago?
Well, it was 11 years ago. It's
11.
2013.
Oh.
Well, that time we only occupied one floor of the Link, which is the art fair's home, right? The car park building that we convert into an
Yeah.
exhibition venue. It was one floor, I think, with 24 galleries, and now we have 55 galleries.
Imagine.
And they're not
Wow.
all Filipino. I mean, we have a good selection of galleries from the region,
Asian.
galleries from Japan. We have some Taiwanese
Yeah.
galleries. We have some a Spanish gallery that comes every year also. So, yeah. Then we have special projects that are have also kind of like expanded to include some international names, but we still showcase the best in Philippine contemporary art. So yes, yeah.
Do foreigners come in for the fair?
We get a good attendance from I think the expat community based in the
Okay.
Philippines, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So, because you conceptualize the fairs every year, right? So, how do you try to exceed yourself every year? Like,
I don't know. We just push and push and push.
yeah.
Personally, for me, it's important to keep track of the global art conversation. So I try to
Okay.
really expose myself with what's happening, with the conversations about art globally. I don't want to use trends because art shouldn't be trendy, but it's really the pulse of of what artists are doing all over the world, and I try to expose myself to all of that, and then how it connects to the Philippine art scene, and we try to see how we can bring it. I mean, the whole point of the art fair is really to increase the exposure of contemporary art. I mean, that's really what we try to do. And so the audience is ready to be challenged, and we always just try to bring something that's not the usual, something they've not seen before, something we feel will resonate with our local audience. It goes both ways. I mean, Art in the Park is the same way, even if it's a much smaller scale. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us how it all started. What came first? the art fair? Or
No,
the-
Art in the Park. Art in the Park
Okay,
by
tell
far,
me
yeah.
about it. How did you conceptualize it? Who thought of it?
Okay,
What
Art in
brought
the
you to-
Park. Okay, Lisa Periquet and I were helped conceptualize the Salcedo Saturday Market, which is already an
Okay.
institution, right? Because we were both, I still am, but she's not. We're both at the time residents of Barangay Bel Air. We had both lived in Salcedo Village. We both don't live there anymore, but that was our neighborhood, our community.
Then, at that
So, with a group of, I guess, civic-minded, like-minded friends from Bel Air, through the leadership of then Barangay Captain Nene Lichaco,
Yes.
we conceptualized the Salcedo Saturday Market. And then in 2006, the market was celebrating its second anniversary, and we needed to do something to mark that second anniversary. And so at that time, I had just been elected to the Board of Trustees of the Museum Foundation of the Philippines. And Lisa was handling the lecture series of the foundation. And we needed to raise funds to keep the foundation going. Basically, it fell to us. I mean, yeah. And I remember I said, I'm not going to sell another concert ticket in a church. So we have to do something that we both like, you know, so to make it really interesting. So kill two birds with one stone, do something to celebrate the second anniversary of the Salcedo Saturday Market. Make Museum Foundation the beneficiary of what our project would be. And so we thought, let's combine art. I mean, kind of, I mean, it sounds, make it an art market, you know, to kind of go with the Salcedo
concept,
Saturday
yeah.
Market. So there, we started with 12 galleries. And we had to time it with the market, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. So can you imagine making artists come from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Because it
Wow.
was really to celebrate
Yes.
the second anniversary of the market. And it was a huge success, meaning sales were good.
People are buying
The,
artwork.
the galleries were happy. These were galleries who were also just then starting.
Yes.
Were you surprised that people
Surprised,
reacted that
pleasantly
way?
surprised, but I was so into art. I knew there must have been like-minded people
Okay.
like me. And in fact, some of my art friends who are my friends, my art friends till today, I met in the first Art in the Park. So yeah, so that's how it started. And then, I mean, we're on our 18th year already.
Galing.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And I have to say, Art in the Park really is not work for me. It's like,
Yes.
it's
That's the
when
best,
it's time
no?
to organize Art in the Park, I'm so happy. First
That's
of all, it
your
means the
original
art fair is finished. Okay, so that's done. And then it's like just time to like plan for me my favorite day of the year. So I say it all the time. It's my favorite day of the year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like us, it's not work for us.
So
Yeah.
that's really your baby, I think.
I suppose. I suppose. I mean, Art in the Park marks several personal milestones in that. I've made a lot of good friends. It really is what got me into art. In the art scene, I've met so many of the artists through Art in the Park. So it's really like just a joy to,
Yeah, a
to plan
joy.
Art in the Park, right? Yeah.
I'm curious about your background in the arts. Were you engaged in the arts, both of you, Lisa and you? And
Lisa more than me. Me, it was really just interested. I was just always interested in art, and
always, even as a kid.
you know,
At what
your
point
parents
did-
drag you to museums and all that. But
Okay.
there's always an affinity, and then for me with Philippine art, I remember what really, really made me so interested in it. I was in New York at the Whitney Museum, and there was a show called The American Effect, which talked about the effect of American colonies, American, occupations on various colonies. And I
Okay.
saw this piece, which really, literally made me stop in my tracks. And it was, I looked at it, and it was a very photorealistic portrait, I suppose, of I think it was an eagle holding a baby in its claws. And I said, whose is that? And I saw the name Alfredo Esquillo from the collection of Kim and Felicia Atienza from the Philippines. And I said, how come I don't even know this artist? Shame on me, right? So that's when I said, when I came back, I said, I'm really going to start researching in Philippine artists. So there. So that's really what
okay.
got me into Philippine contemporary art.
So you started studying.
I started just finding out,
Reading.
attending shows, going to and then Art in the Park really crystallized it for me. So yeah. So I mean, the hope is, I guess, because Art in the Park is an affordable
Yeah, so
art
I was gonna
event.
ask what's
Yeah.
the difference, art fair and art in the
Oh,
park.
Art in the Park is a day out. Casual, it's a day in the park. They're tents. Nothing is, no exhibits are formally mounted. I mean,
Ah,
you may
really?
calculate.
So you
Parang
never know what you're
rummage.
gonna find on the park.
In a sense, but
Parang ukay-ukay.
I wouldn't say it that way. I guess more upgraded.
Of course, of
But it's
course.
art. It's art, and it's really supposed to be unintimidating. It's really a good entry point for collectors
Yeah.
who want to see art and want to acquire art, but maybe it's a little they're a little nervous about going to a formal gallery setting. At the same time, it's also a great venue for artists to like just submit work without being judged. Just we work through galleries. We work through art orgs.
Okay.
And then they bring in their roster of artists. There we have 60 exhibitors.
If I brought just 1,000 pesos, will I be able to buy something
Yes.
there? Ah,
Yes.
talaga, ha?
Yeah.
Mga cards and all that.
Yeah. Yes.
Cards?
Yeah. I mean, small,
Yeah, yeah.
they're like little drawings. I mean, you'll certainly find something. Yes.
Sketches,
Yeah.
no?
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
so the artists who participate in Art in the Park were recommended by galleries.
We work with the galleries, so they bring in the roster of artists. We get the whole gamut from big names to like starting artists. We have art schools. UP has a
Yeah.
booth, so yeah.
Okay, galing, ah.
Yeah, so that's why it's a nice casual day out, and you really never know what you'll find. For sure, you'll find something. I mean, I think we've managed to also kind of like shine the spotlight on the on ceramics, on the potters. I
Okay,
mean,
okay.
they all actually acknowledge that it's because of Art in the Park that they've been able to like reach a wider audience. We always have some photography there too. We have printmakers. Now we have a bit of some digital art that's there, but yeah. So it's
The
really
whole
and we get regional participation also. Orange Gallery from Bacolod always comes in.
Oh,
We have some
okay.
mosaic artists who are originally based in Baguio. Now they're dispersed, but they still come every year to join Art in the Park. So yeah.
Galing, ah.
Oo.
So tell us about some of your finds.
In Art in the Park, oh my
Park,
gosh.
yeah.
I remember the very first Art in the Park. That's when I discovered who Rodel Tapaya was. I saw a work of his and I fell in
Yeah.
love with it. And the gallery had also just shown him and they said, oh, these works were unsold in his
That
exhibit. So that's why
exhibit.
brought it to Art in the Park. So I bought it and then I contacted him. At the time it was so easy. I think there was it
phone
came
number.
with it came with like a little brochure about him and his phone number and I contacted him and said, can you make me a pair? The one I got in Art in the Park. And then he did. And of course, I treasure those pieces very much now because Rodel has gone on into to being a global sensation. So,
Galing.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you have an eye for.
Well, I'd like to think maybe I was lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember the second Art in the Park, Mark Husseiniani had just come home from being based in the US. Was there. He had a few works on paper. And again, I mean, it was just him reintroducing himself to the Philippine art scene. So, yeah, there are
So
a
he
few.
was there.
Yeah. So we have all these memorable
Pictures.
yes events. There was one year Danny Delena. Art in the Park is still a fundraising for the Museum Foundation of the Philippines to support their projects for the National Museum. So it really is helping the National Museum and its network.
Okay.
And maybe it was, 7 or 8 years ago when Danny Delena decided he would give some drawings that he wanted to be raffled off to help the cause. So I mean, there are things like that. I mean, 3 years, right before the pandemic, Ben Cab had an anonymous work. Nobody
Nobody.
knew it was a Ben Cab. It was there. It was within the price limit, and it was there, and
Somebody buy it.
somebody bought it. And it was only after the end of the day,
That
I
you
think that the
found
gallery
out.
said, actually,
That's
that was you
all.
bought was by Ben
Surprise.
Cab. So yeah.
Yeah. I guess it was at a bargain.
It was within the price limit, so
Yeah.
you got a Ben Cab within the
For
Art in
only
the
so
Park.
much.
Yes, yeah.
You have
Oh,
surprises
interesting.
like that.
The galleries, the participants, they do their own little gimmicks, so
Yeah.
we don't know. Right,
And
yeah.
we'll hear more about the Art in the Park once we return from a short
Yeah.
commercial.
Okay, thank you.
This break is brought to you by Angkas, Beat the Traffic, Bayad Center, Hashtag bigger, better, younger bayad, and you can buy it all. Globe, atin ang mundo. Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Smart, live more today. Union Bank, it starts with you.
Infuse yourself with the knowledge needed to hone your business skills. Business Sense, a show where we engage with entrepreneurs, startups, and MSMEs in meaningful discussions on business growth and current marketing trends. Airs every Monday, 10 a.m., only on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube. Tune in to Daily Tribune's show aimed at addressing the needs and problems of our OFWs from different corners of the globe. Hear about their plights and success stories every Tuesday and Thursday, 3 p.m., only on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube. Straight Talk dives deep into present issues of leadership, politics, business, and more. Engage in insightful conversations with industry shakers, government leaders, and trailblazers every Wednesday at 10 a.m. only here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube.
So we're back and what's her name?
Trickie
No.
Colayco-Lopa.
No, I mean the show.
Art in the
Yeah,
Park.
yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not feeling well today. Anyway, you managed to take art fair and art in the park into the digital world
Yeah.
during the pandemic.
Yes, we did.
So how was it like?
You know what? Art in the Park was scheduled for March 15, 2020. Looking back, that was the first day of the lockdown, right? So, yes. So, I remember on the Monday before, we were in our office and we decided to call Barangay Bel Air, who's our partner, right? And Mrs. Lanch said, canceled. It's canceled. No way is it going on. So, I had to tell everybody canceled. We said, okay, we're postponing it. See you in October. We thought that was it, you know. See you in October. And then, of course, everybody was so disappointed. First of all the art was ready. All the gals were ready. And, you know, it takes at least, it takes 6 to 10 months to like prepare all the artwork, right? That's going to be shown there. So that's it. But as everybody knows, we just went along. And then in August of that year, the galleries were telling us, can't we do something online? Can't we do something? Because the artwork is all prepared. And of course, artists needed to be helped. I mean, everybody's livelihoods at that time, whether you're an artist or not, was really like, you know, suspended. So that was really challenging. But looking back, it probably is one of the most fulfilling episodes of Art in the Park. With a team, of course, we have a team from our office. We have a team of young people who work with us, and we have partners, people who do our social media, people who do our website. We've worked with them for so long. We just said, let's try to figure it out. First of all, we had to find a platform. We can't just show up on Lazada, right? We had to find a platform, so we found a Shopify platform. But how do we tailor it so it mirrors the live experience? That it's a surprise, you know, that it's like a treasure hunt, that everybody, the thing about Art in the Park, everybody comes in at 10 a.m. and everybody rushes in and you can find, so walang unahan, you know, so we had to learn all of that. And the big difference, of course, was we had to do the behind the scenes work. Whereas in the park, you just go there, the galleries open, they put their, and the sales are up to them. This time, the back operations were up to us, and that was really challenging. And we decided to have it for a week because we're all at home anyway, right? We'll do it for a week. And so those 8 days that we had it, none of us in the office slept. I mean, because our you know, our interns, our gallery liaisons had to like upload every day. So it's like new every day, right? So, and then we had to, how do we mirror the other things like having special exhibits, having a talk maybe on, you know, having people meet the artists, because that was important. Like in Art in the Park, it's so casual, you meet artists. So we had to kind of like find a way to do that. So we used our Facebook account, Facebook Live. We kind of melded it with a Shopify account. So it was really trying to simulate the experience of the live event online. I'm proud to say, I think we were the first event of its, you know, of that kind, of all of these cultural events to go online. And it was quite successful. I mean,
It's very good for everyone.
yeah,
for
the first
artists.
the first day we had 15,000 clicks on the website, which is
Wow.
the number of people who come to the park every year.
Really?
So so
That
that was
much?
So the
yeah.
audience was still there just waiting for you
Yes,
to
yeah. It had its own challenges, but I mean, we did it. So, and I think after we did it, a lot of the other similar type of events felt that they could also do something online.
That's good,
So
right?
yeah.
Space for everyone.
Yes.
So you were recognized as most influential
Oh.
by something. How does it feel? How did it feel after all
well, it's
the
a bit-
years you've spent?
It's a bit humbling. I mean, it's very grateful. It's very nice to be recognized. So but yeah, I'm a little embarrassed about it, but yeah, but it doesn't mean that you let off. You kind of like give yourself a break. Not really. I'm still very passionate about what I do and my love for
Yes.
art. So I think whether or not you get recognized, you'll
You're,
continue
you're
working anyway.
enjoying it.
Yes, I am.
But what do you do outside of the arts?
Yeah.
Do you
that.
cook? Do you?
Actually,
travel.
right
That's
before.
still art, no?
No,
Cooking.
I like working with creatives. So right before the pandemic, I kind of got together with a group of young fashion designers who I love their clothes. And they asked me to help them. They said, could you help us organize something?
Like art.
It's more like a conference for them to
Wow.
help propel their brands to work at a global standard. So so that's another and I'm concerned with. It's called PHX Fashion Group.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a group of young fashion designers, and that's what they did. So this happened in 2019, when I guess what happened there was like, they get invited to show, for instance, in Japan, and then after that they get orders they don't know what to do. How do they? So it was really for the fashion business, which I like. So that proved successful, and then. So that's another community I'm involved in. We did a pop-up recently in Greenbelt called PHX Station. Again, it's a 24. No. It was just 3 months, and we had a small pop-up again in Art Fair Philippines. So that's what I do aside from art. It's really working with young
Fashion
creatives. This time it's with the fashion creatives, right? Yeah.
But you're also a homemaker.
I'm not sure. No, I don't cook. No.
Okay.
Okay. So
I mean, I raised my kids. So,
You did.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Naman.
But my kids
And
have
they're
always
old
seen me-
na.
They'd always see me working.
they're
so-
other independent.
Yeah.
and everything.
Okay,
Yes, yeah.
that's nice.
So
What are their names?
Marty is my eldest. She's and then Anton.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Do they pursue the arts also?
My son actually minored in music, so
Wow.
he's a business major and a music major, so he likes working with music. My daughter organizes. She works with a fintech company, and she organizes their events. And she,
Bang iba.
yeah, yeah.
Finance and then arts, business, music.
No, she's actually also into events, so she also works with a lot of creatives. So yeah.
That's right.
Okay, so I was asked this question before, like, since you've been involved in the arts for so long, does an artwork choose the buyer or the buyer chooses the art? I don't know.
You know what?
Okay.
I'd say both. There has to be an instant connection. I mean,
Okay.
something that just,
Appeals.
yeah, it touches something inside you, and like, it sounds so
Yeah.
cheesy, right? But really, the only thing is, sometimes if it's an artist in high demand, there are probably 10 of you with a piece. So, yeah. So
Who's feeling
but,
it?
but I don't know. There's some pieces that just resonate with you so much that you just want to see it all the time. So.
I'm curious about what you like.
Yes, your own
Your choices.
choices.
Oh my gosh! I like very strong pieces actually.
Okay, like what? By whom?
Okay. Rodel is still a favorite of
Okay,
mine. I
okay.
also like the works of Kawayan de Gia.
Of course, Kawayan. Yeah.
I like Louis Cordero.
Oo nga. Mga...
Yeah, I like Gabriel Barredo was a very close friend
Yes.
of mine.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I mean, he was in our first art fair.
Is he around?
He passed away in 2020.
Okay,
Yeah.
how sad.
So, I mean, Geraldine Javier. Did I mention her name? I'm not sure.
Not yet.
Okay,
Not
yeah,
yet.
I like her work to this day. I
Okay.
look at a lot of young artists also. So, um, but I like works that are, I guess, fearless, I suppose. That, you know, when artists are also not afraid to put themselves in the work. So, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
So are there any names that people should be watching out?
Well, our special exhibitors, we have special exhibits for the art fair every time. No?
Okay.
This year we have three. We have Clarence Chun, who
Clarence
his name is Clarence Chun. He's an abstractionist, beautiful work. He is joined by Demi Padua, who has participated in every Art in the Park since the first Art in the Park in 2006, and he says it's like his graduation now. Now he's in the special exhibit section. He's very popular among collectors, quite in demand. And then we have a young artist. Her name is Pepe Delfin. Very graphic work. She's also going to be doing a mural. We have a special performance by a group called Fifth Wall. That's going to happen at 5:30. And then we have a digital artist, John Deniega, doing a projection. So, yeah.
Lots and lots of things.
Yeah.
to it.
Yes.
Trickie, I wonder, do we still have art patrons? Do we have people who are willing to buy a 1 million peso artwork?
I think so, yes.
Yeah,
The
so
art scene is
many.
very robust.
Okay,
It's
okay.
very vibrant.
I can
I
see
mean,
that.
you have interests for a whole range of art. I mean, from those,
Yeah.
you know, multi-million peso masters to
Yeah.
like young artists. I mean, digital artists. I mean, there's
Yeah.
just so much interest. So, yeah.
And
Are you
about-
allowed to mention names?
Collectors, no, maybe not. I don't think they want me to say out loud who they are, but like, yeah.
So before art fair and art in the park, what were you involved in?
I was actually running a clothing brand for preteen girls called Orange Juice with Lisa's sister, Joanna. So yeah, yeah, I was doing that for like a long time before. But even while we were doing art in the park, I was running that
business.
clothing brand. Yeah.
Wala na yun, no?
No, yeah, it was sold, and it was sold the same year we set up a company to run the art fair.
Where did you go to school?
Ateneo.
Ah, really?
Yes.
You took up?
Business, nothing to do with art.
Okay.
Yeah.
but you need that business.
Yes.
Elementary and high school.
I went to a school called Benedictine Abbey School.
Ah, Benedict.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
the
yeah.
nuns.
In
The nuns.
Alabang.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
She's sweet.
oh.
I am. Oh, my husband might not agree.
So is your husband also into the arts? Or anyone in your family?
He grew up with art. Luckily, he lets me be.
Okay.
He appreciates my interest in art, and he encourages it. And he leaves the art decisions up to me.
Okay. Okay. So, so it's a business also because you have the company handling
Yes,
art
yes,
fair.
yeah.
So what are each of your roles in the business?
We're very organic with the way we work, actually. I wouldn't say there are any defined rules, except that I'm the treasurer, so I guess I look after the cashiering part of Art in the Park, especially, which is very challenging. Every year, it's like a big job every year. But
I can imagine.
basically, we kind of it's a lot of discussion. If you're talking about the art fair, art in the park, you know, it's a lot of discussion. We kind of hone in on things we want to do. We throw around ideas. There are a lot of ideas that are discarded. There are a lot of ideas that push through. So it's quite organic.
Are there critics? People who say, that's not nice.
Of course. Oh my God. Yeah, we get that a lot. Yeah, we've
Ah,
learned to live
really?
with it, right? Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Well, can't help it. Can't please everyone, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah. What fulfills you about the success of your events?
Just seeing that other people have become addicted to art as much as I have. So I
Okay.
suppose that
That was your goal from the start?
yes, yeah, you're really widening the audience for art,
Yeah.
and you get a lot of people who enjoy, especially in Arte Park, the day out in the park, and they love it. So
Are you surprised? All of a sudden, all these Filipinos are
are buying
Love-
art.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm surprised. As I said, I always knew there are other people there who are like me, which is why which is why
okay,
you push
okay.
yourself to do this.
Yeah,
But that it's become as big as it is now, maybe that's a nice bonus.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay.
Okay.
That
So,
was great. Yeah. Learned a lot from you.
Oh, thank you.
especially
So-
want to, please, what can people expect
Ah,
from
please
this
join us
Sunday?
on
Yeah.
Sunday, March 17.
March 17th.
It's in Jaime Velasquez Park from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Jaime Velasquez is in
Salcedo Village.
Salcedo
In
Village.
Salcedo Village. And it's always a very enjoyable day out. There's, of course, great art to see, but if you're not there for the art, there's also lots of food and beverage, and we have musical performances. We have a special performance. So please come, join us on that day.
On Sunday.
Yeah, on Sunday.
And
starting
hi to
at-
Lisa.
Yes, oh no, yeah, I know, we miss her here. Yeah.
You should go early, right?
Yes, please, go early if you want to, have first dibs on the
First
art,
dibs.
Okay,
but stay
okay.
the whole day because
Yeah,
it's a great
hang out.
atmosphere. And believe me, you find things that you don't expect to see even at
Yeah.
the end of the day.
Is the food good?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
No.
Everything's good.
Artisanal. So thank you very much
Thank
for
you,
joining
thank
us
you.
today, and I
Yeah.
hope a lot of people attend or join the art.
Yes, please. I hope
Sunday.
people do attend.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's been another Pairfect. I am Dinah Ventura.
And I'm Jojo Silvestre.
See you next week.
Thank you.